Hi, friend. Welcome to the Divinely Aligned channel. I'm Courtney, and I encourage you right now, if you press play, to pause. Not the video, but yourself, your life, to just pause right now and breathe. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, just breathe. Fully, completely inhale and exhale. Close your eyes if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Just breathe and feel. Feel into whatever is in there, whatever is currently going on for you. Feel into how you feel, what you feel, why you feel it. The more conscious, the more awake, the more aware we are in our lives, the easier chance we're going to have at creating lives that we want to live. We are running on our unconscious programming, through our subconscious minds 95% of the time. And that programming is going to keep us alive. It's going to keep doing what it knows to do to keep us surviving. But if you want to thrive, if you want to enjoy your life to the fullest, if you want to experience and expand and express through this journey, then you choose to be here, to be present, to believe in yourself, to trust yourself, to hear yourself. We are conditioned and taught in this world to take care of everything else above our mental health, above our minds. And our minds, our thoughts, our beliefs are creating our actions and our behaviors, which are creating our reality. It's wild to me how much attention, energy, effort, money, everything is put into everything else. You can do all the diets you want. You can work out as much as you want. You can hustle your ass off and have all the money in your bank account. But if your mindset is not aligned with the thoughts and beliefs that are loving to you, that are putting yourself in a place, in a space where you get to take care of yourself, where you get to be healthy and happy and whole consciously, then you're not going to truly be happy. It's the number one thing when I'm working with people that is in the way, from people that have nothing and are quite happy with that, to people who have everything on a material level, to everything in between. I hear the same things from most people. When I used to have a makeup and studio and clothing store the first time, it was so crazy to me then to see how many women day in and day out, no matter what body shape, no matter what size, no matter what weight, no matter what skin, no matter what anything, every single woman, when they'd sit in my chair or they'd have me help them with picking out clothes, the first thing they would do is apologize to me for the things that they didn't like about themselves, that they felt were wrong. Sorry for my short eyelashes. Sorry for my bad skin. Sorry for my bad breath. I'm not going to look at it in this, my butt's too big. Whatever it is. When we have these thoughts and beliefs about ourselves that are so negative, that's the reality that we're creating. We need to see and understand this. You are the creator of your reality. And if you are creating a reality that is encouraging you and allowing you to talk shit about yourself and believe shit about yourself, it's time to stop now. It's time to choose you. And it starts with how you think and talk and feel about yourself. Because no matter what happens outside of you, and no matter what you do to manipulate your body, your bank account, your relationships to be what you think they need to be to create happiness, if you can't be present with yourself, if you can't love and know and trust yourself, you're going to keep seeking and searching. And now, I'm not saying that you can't have happiness. I'm not saying that you aren't enjoying your life in some ways. But from experience, I can say that most people aren't truly completely happy and enjoying their lives every day. And it's not because they haven't done this diet. It's not because they haven't followed this way to make millions. It's not because they didn't go this route in school, or they don't have savings, or whatever it is. None of those things are what are creating or not creating your happiness. I get some of those things can stress you out, whatever it is. But when you are truly happy and loving and knowing of yourself within yourself, all the outside circumstances are just opportunities to enhance your journey. But when we put our importance, our value on what we have, how people think about us, what we accomplish, we're going to keep feeling like we need to do more, like we need to prove, like we need to fix, like we need to problem solve, like we need to look better, be better, do better, have better. You can never be happier than you are right now, because you can never be anything other than you are right now. So even in the most pain, if you're there present, that's the best you can do. And we're all here to just do the best that we can do for ourselves in any and every moment. And the more that we really see and accept that and allow ourselves to just live for ourselves, in support of ourselves. I spent most of my life not being fully, completely authentic with what I'm here to do, because I know that what I'm here to share is not a popular opinion. If there's anything I've learned, it's that people don't want to take responsibility for their lives and for their realities. We want to blame everyone else. We want to put our worth, our happiness, our value on anything outside of ourselves. It's how we came into this world. We came into this world as pure creative spirit. And then we realized that we need other people to get what we want. Right? And when we're babies, we need that. We need to figure out what we need to do to be fed, to be loved, to be safe, to be secure. And all of that in the beginning happens through energy and frequency before we even have words or understand them. And we need to go back to that now. And now the frequency and the energy is leading you in a lot different direction. The frequency and energy back then, 0 to 7, when you sponged in your programming, your instructions as to how to be a good person, was serving you in becoming a kid and being able to walk and talk and feed yourself and dress yourself, right? Like that's what we were looking to and feeling and tapping into the frequency and energy around us from. And then at that point, 0 to 7, our imagination is a lot more active, and we trust it a lot more, and we have these dreams and visions, and we don't really know what's real and what's not. But the older we get, the more we are convinced that what we're experiencing in our 3D world is what's reality, and teaching us what we need to do. And we stop trusting in the divine. We stop trusting in ourselves, in what we know and what we feel. We start using imagination against ourselves. We start imagining worst case scenarios. We start imagining problems. We start imagining all the things that people are thinking about us. We start imagining all the things people might think about us, right? We start to use our imagination against ourselves instead of for ourselves. And I'm here today to remind you, because you clicked play on this video for a reason, because you needed to be reminded and you wanted to be reminded, you just didn't maybe know it yet, that you get to choose, that you now can tap in and tune in to the frequency and energy just like you did when you were little and you didn't really know better. But now the frequency and energy is going to lead you into how to be the light and love, the divinity that you are here to be now consciously. We come purposely to this human journey to forget. So we go through this journey of becoming human and all the things that happen, and we all have things. We all have things that we go through and grow through. But now it's time for you to alchemize all of that into a life that you love. It's time for you to stop being a victim in any way. I was so afraid to authentically share how I see things. And this is just my opinion. This is just what I'm guided to. This is what my guides tell me. This is what I channel through. This is what I see resonate and help my clients truly love themselves and be happy. That's the purpose here. I'm never going to sit here and say that I can tell you how to make $1 million. There's more than enough ways. There's more than enough books and podcasts and all the things on it. There's more than enough out there on how to lose weight, on how to gain weight, on how to get a whatever body, on how to paint whatever type of painting you want to paint, whatever it is. There's more than enough information. Follow the inspiration that excites and ignites you and that is guiding you to do what you want to do. Follow the frequency and energy again. We've been so overloaded by so much information, and there is only more by the minute. But there's certain things that you are noticing, and you are noticing what you're noticing based on the way that your neural pathways are wired. And if your neural pathways are still wired and firing in support of you not being worthy, of you not being enough, of you XYZ, whatever it is that is telling you that you can't do and live a life that you love, that it's time for you to see that, to be honest with yourself about that, and to start to choose to do things that support you, loving you, being who you want to be. And if you're hearing this, you are worthy, just as everyone else is. Every single human being is here worthy of living a life that they love. Yes, we get lost. Yes, we do things that aren't always the best things to do. But the past is over. And at any time, you can choose to live your life for you as you want to. I don't mean in a narcissistic way. I just mean loving who you are in any moment, as imperfectly perfect as you are. There is only one you. There's no way you can do it wrong. There's no way that you aren't perfect. Choose to stop trying to be anything or anyone else. Stop trying to be anyone else's version of how they think or you think you should be. And you need to just be who you want to be. And then once you choose that and you follow what feels right for you and you live in the now, and just like when you were a baby and you trusted in the whatever was guiding you into how to learn to start to crawl, to walk, to dressing yourself, to all of these things, and we start to learn language and our ego develops and we start to see that we have to be certain ways. Now it's time to let go of all of that, alchemize it into who you want to be, follow the energy and the frequency that is leading you to your highest, most divine path, because it is. There are things right now that are exciting and igniting you. There are things right now that you want to do for you. There's things right now that you don't want to do. Maybe, as I've discovered with a few of my clients, that there's a lot more that they just don't want to do. I have two specifically that are like, they don't want to find anything else to do because they're so exhausted from all the things that they're doing. But once we let go of the things that are no longer aligned with us, and it may have served you at a time, but if it's not serving you anymore, then it's just taking up space for something even better. And I can't know what that is. You can't know what that is, and no one else can. You can definitely have ideas and start to use your imagination to work in your favor as to how good it could be and how great it could be, and start to see the things that are now expanding and igniting you. You most likely right now don't need to learn how to walk or talk or feed yourself or dress yourself. So you don't need to give energy to those things. There's a lot of other things that you don't need to be doing anymore, but you're still holding on to because you think they're what you need to do. So what right now, actually, let's pause for a second and just breathe again. Connect into your heart. You can place your hands on your heart, close your eyes if you want to. Just fully inhaling and exhaling, connecting into your heart, connecting to your breath. What right now are you resisting that your heart knows you want to do, you're ready to do, you're excited to do? What you're resisting listening to within you? It's time to do that. It's time to do that. As big as it may seem, as small as it may seem, whatever is coming through for you, I didn't tell you it. You didn't know I was going to ask you that. It came through from your highest self, from the divine, for a reason. Don't try and conceptualize it. Don't try and rationalize it. Don't try and make sense of it. Just trust it. And if nothing came through, it will. And it most likely did. You're just that resistant to trusting in yourself. But the more that you allow yourself to be here now, to check your mindset, to check your vibration, to see where your frequency is, and to start to choose to do what you want to do, what feels good for you, the more and more you will gain the ability to hear. Because we can always hear, feel, receive, know what to do from the divine, from our superconscious mind, from our higher self. It's just that we can't figure out what we need to do 5 days from now or what we should have done 5 days ago. It's just right here, right now, what feels right for you every fucking moment. And there can be, you could for the next 3 days, just go into your subconscious programming, doing life as you normally do. And then you have a reminder, oh yeah, I was going to live more consciously, and have 2 hours where you're just conscious and you choose to do what you want to do. That's a win. There's no losses. You can't lose at the game of being you. The only thing you can lose is ideas. The only thing we ever lose is ideas. The ideas of how things could have or should have been, how they might be. When a relationship ends, when anything ends, the only thing that we're sad about is the potential that we thought that it had. But when we allow ourselves to flip our paradigm to a paradigm where if this isn't working out, if this isn't in alignment with me, then it's only because there's something better. And start to live in excitement over what is coming for you and how good it could be. Okay. That's our little mindset check for today. I encourage you to just do whatever your heart wants you to do, and to also be aware of the level of resistance you have to that. Not out of judgment, not to create any negative feelings or shame or blame or guilt, but just out of honesty with yourself. Because as soon as you can allow yourself to really truly see that you're the creator of your reality and put the power in your own hands, life gets so good. It's an ebb and flow. There's a lot that will come and trigger and activate you to show you where you're still holding on, but it gets to be more and more fun. We start to enjoy the roller coaster more. Thank you for being here. If this resonated in any way, I'd love if you hit the like button. Let me know below what hit. Subscribe, hit the notification button, all the things. Okay, love you lots.